This is where Sturt and his men sat out the drought. This was the last watering hole on their push north, and they made exploration trips from here, but to no yield really. So they had to just camp here and sit it out.
You're over in the west and I don't know where, and though we are entwined, I say he's over in the west and beyond, don't care, forever out of sight, but never out of mind, never out of mind. Never out of mind.
There's really nothing like the freedom of it, just pottering around out here by yourself. It's different to anything I've ever done in my life. First few days were a bit funny, a bit lonely. Still have the odd moment of loneliness, but I mean, this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity. You've got to make the most of it. It's fantastic, I tell you. You see the odd person here and there, but I haven't seen many people today.
Young don't care, forever out of sight, but never out of mind. Well, I remember how the rain fell down on the day I heard the news, and how I caught the bus down to Redfern then to see if it was true.
Pulled up on the banks here of Evelyn Creek. A spot of lunch, having salt and pepper, oh no, lemon and black pepper tuna on biscuits. Yum yum. I thought I'd talk about what old Sturt and Poole and his boys were up to out here, for those who don't know. Well, my understanding of it anyway, is that in the 1800s Australia was yet to be explored. They knew how big Australia was, they'd been around it, and they figured that, thinking in a European mindset, that a country so big, with so few rivers heading to the sea, that European mindset made them assume that all the water must be stored in the middle of the country, in the middle of the continent, and that there must be an inland sea. So Sturt and his boys came out here to look for it, so confidently that they even bought a reasonable sized timber boat with them, so that when they found it they could actually explore it. Through all their toil they ended up retreating, and then it was later proved that there was no inland sea, that there was Lake Eyre, a salty lake that was often dry, and that the interior of Australia was a dry place. So that's a replica of the boat that Sturt and Poole carried all the way from then around Adelaide all the way up here to, well, up there to Milparinka and Depot Glen, where they eventually abandoned it. But as you can see, she's a sizable boat, designed for 5 sets of oars, so yeah, they were fairly committed to haul that all the way. I'd imagine there'd be a bit of weight in it. Back in Tibooburra now.
You're over in the west and I don't know where, and though we are entwined, I say he's over in the west and beyond, don't care, forever out of sight, but never out of mind, never out of mind. Never out of mind.
temperatures still a bit light. Hope you've enjoyed today as much as I have. It's wonderful to have a day off and just do a bit of sightseeing, a bit of housework. Yeah, checked out the pannier racks, make sure there was nothing working loose or breaking. Everything's held up really well. It's you know, the road across here was pretty rough, so if there was anything fundamentally wrong it would have come out yesterday, I think. But everything's held up fine. I really can't fault the bike at all. Sand ability is probably a bit limiting, but other than that, the bike is going supremely well. Perfect for this sort of thing. Nice and comfortable, warm. But yeah, good day today, just being able to... I left most of the gear out of the panniers today except for my lunch and my tools and first aid. And I was really able to get out and have a bit of an explore without feeling the weight of the bike all the time. And to get down there to Milparinka, somewhere I've wanted to go for quite a few years. And have a good look around down there with no time restraints or the feeling that I've got to be somewhere. I could just take my time. But anyway, I've sent some postcards, been to the communications centre and downloaded all my videos and photos onto a DVD so that I can refresh my cards, so I've got plenty of memory left for the rest of the trip. The old folks across the park here have kindly lent me a couple of power points to charge my phone and charge the camera batteries. So I'm all sort of geared to go again. Head off tomorrow. Had today to think about it, the rest of the trip, and tomorrow I'll up nice and early and get packed up and head out on the road to Cameron's Corner. Again, no set destination. I could camp at Fort Grey, which is meant to be good for a look, or camp at the corner itself. Don't feel any real need to camp around people after 2 nights here. I'd be quite happy to bush camp again and get away from people and beers and things, because they all slow you down. So I might camp at Fort Grey, or I might continue through to the Strzelecki and camp down on Strzelecki Creek, which I've done once before in the car. Either way, we'll just play it by ear. Take it as it comes.
It's over in the west and beyond, don't care, forever out of sight, but never out of mind, never out of mind.